Alright, welcome back. We're gonna do another review, gameplay wise. Kind of talk what I've done throughout this game, what I was thinking at the time. Fucking this pop star KDA bullshit. Alright, so I'm just gonna basically talk about what I was thinking, what I intended to do in certain situations, and or I'm gonna try to get as close to exactly as possible on how I ended up winning this game and catching myself a lead by just playing how I play. So you can see we got a Jax versus Aatrox up top on my team. The Jax, I literally ignored the lane. I will say this is a silver 1 account, so it's hard smurfing, it's having fun, and just want to get this account to gold. But it's myself as Kha'Zix versus Vi in the jungle, so I should be able to beat her relatively early as long as I don't get hit by her Q or she's got 2 stacks of E. We got a Fizz versus Kassadin. That's like, I guess you could call that a skill matchup. Fizz can dodge a lot of stuff, but so can Kassadin. And then we have a Caitlyn Nautilus versus a Kai'Sa Lulu. Kai'Sa Lulu is very strong, and I'm hoping that the Caitlyn can just abuse her range, and then when they can engage, the Nautilus does. So this game I do path. I come up here, I gain vision. I end up seeing the Kassadin. You'll end up seeing it when I actually start this. Probably should. But I end up starting blue, because this is a very easy and quick clear for Kha'Zix, is going blue to Gromp, but you'll figure out what happens, which that's exactly what I did not do at all whatsoever. So the Nautilus is chilling. That's why this wasn't really intended, but I come up here, and if I would have taken damage from Kassadin, it's whatever. I get pinged. I'm actually going to set this to my vision. And you can see my team's doing like a little invade. I'm starting to path towards them just so I could be in support. The Nautilus is coming as well, and you never know. I could pick up a free kill. It's possible, but you never know. I just really wanted to come and help my team, kind of group if they were going to press this, because I can ping them no all day long, but that one person will probably go anyways. We already have vision of the Vi on a ward and get a little bit of damage off. She should have flashed the hook. 8-2 ignites, even though only 1 counts. The Nautilus flashes and gets the kill. I would have picked it up, but it's okay. I'm still full HP, so I'm going to just take this. Since it's about to spawn, I'm just going. The Nautilus ends up going here to pretty much zone off the Vi if she does come. I'm not too worried about him DPSing the red buff. I have enough with myself and Caitlyn. They're doing their shit. So I immediately start pathing up, and I wanted to ward this just to see if she was coming. And now I'm ganking mid. I want to come and just get the quick gank off, go mid. I know Vi's not going bot side, so I take a Q and a W, then get him to half HP, and I walk away. Very simple, very quick. It literally took no time at all, and it allowed me to get my buff. Or not my buff, but the top scuttle. I know Vi is up here, and now I see her, and now I just go to fight. I could have flashed over, but just it was too valuable and I didn't need it because first blood was already gone. I know she took her blue buff, but now I can go and invade her Gromp after this, which is what I do. The reason I do that is because I know Vi is very low. My top has priority. I'm not worried about mid, but I see her on it, and I just come and I pressure her off. I'm assuming it's warded, but now I just bring it back towards me. Because I don't want her coming around. I should have positioned a little bit differently so I could get more vision, which I end up doing. And I smite just in case she wants to Q smite over. And then I immediately just continue to counter jungle because I already established a lead by chunking the Kassadin as well as chunking Vi. I'm full HP, so I'm not worried about it. And I end up backing off because I was like, maybe she's going to my red buff. And then she ends up showing again. I'm level 3, so I look for her. And I could have killed her. This is a big mistake, but at the same time, it could have been. But if I flashed in front of her there and then got my Q back, I would have been able to kill her. But I was low on mana, and I didn't want to risk it at all. But she is forced to back. So now I know that she's going to path bot side, so I could take my top side relatively safely. But I don't want her counter jungling my blue buff. If she goes and counters my bot side, now she's close to being even on CS and XP. So I path bot side, and since I have enough vision with that scuttle crab, and I highly doubt that she would have went to my top side, I just go to my bot side and just clear. I look for my blue buff so I could get mana, and then I look to go take the bottom scuttle so I can establish vision around dragon. Why do I do that? It's because Vi can level 3 solo Baron. Fuck. Dragon. She can solo that, level 3, and I don't want her being able to do that if I'm going back to my top side. She was at 4 CS the last time I did see her. This is going to tell me. But that's how I knew that she didn't have this bottom scuttle as well. Because she only had one camp, which is her blue buff. And I gotta chase this. Now, I still have an advantage over the Vi. I can go and counter jungle. I could do it safely because my mid is pretty close to me and my bot lane has priority. So I could come here and I could take the Raptors for free. And I just want to put Vi behind as much as possible. If I can take a couple levels above early, we're good. I smite that because I didn't know if she was going to. I get the ward down from the Fizz, and now I look to fight. That was her problem. Coming in there and fighting like that was not smart at all. And then she flashed away, which is silly because I still have my E up. So I can just follow it very, very quickly and secure the kill. I'm looking, I could just completely clear my bot side jungle, and then I can back and go top to clear my top side. I haven't done my Krugs yet, which is, it's unfortunate, but since I took a lot of Vi's jungle, it's okay. If it did not snowball like this with my my invades, my Krugs would have been taken a long time ago. Wish I had a drink near me. So I immediately cast my recall. Be quick, be fast. I'm looking what I want to buy. What do I have in my pocket? 1600. So I look to buy probably my smite, a couple long swords, and then I wait for boots if I remember correctly. So I get my boots and I immediately path my top side because I don't want Vi to be there. I don't really know where Vi's at, but I know that both of her buffs are going to spawn relatively soon, and then she's seen on this ward, so it's free. My bot lane is not having a good time versus the Kha'Zix, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm probably going to start fast forwarding some of this. Clear my Krugs. I'm going to start cycling these in my mind. It's just good XP to get. I'm going to look to take top Scuttle Crab because it just spawned. I get spotted out, which I didn't know. I didn't know if they had a ward or not, but I know that her blue buff is spawned now, so I can go and take that, and since she shows mid, I go to counter this. It's very fast. And there she is. She's flashless. She dies. I see the Kassadin, and he Qs. I take my evolve as fast as possible so I can 1v1 him in this situation, but he ends up not coming into this bush with his ultimate, so it's just a free buff for me. I look for the Gromp, I get vision of it, and then I understand that I probably can't get anything. And I'm looking for the Kassadin dive. Probably get a better view, but I knew he was going to go over this way just because he pathed over. So now I'm looking to come back over here. I'm trying to bring as much pressure to their side of the jungle as much as possible, even though I have a couple of camps up. So I can ward this. I see her, and I immediately go on her. I knew she was coming. She has to go to her bot side. There's nothing that she could have accomplished top side. She's not ganking the Jax that's in base. She's not coming up here because she has 0 camps to clear. She's going to be coming bot side either through this bush or through this bush or through this area here. Most Vi's are going to come over here. This is going to be a quick camp to clear with a Q and a couple of E's, and then she's going to path bot to her flipping Krugs and go there. So it's just simple movement. Apply as much pressure as possible. I'm looking at the Kassadin, the Fizz flashes. I use my R here to just gain a little bit of speed, and then my Dark Harvest kills him. That's all I used my R for. It's just for speed, and then I end up using it again to get over here to be a little bit quicker. Once again, gonna clear the smaller ones first so I could use my E or my Q on the single isolated monsters, and now I look to path bot. This is my first mistake, and I'll explain why. So her 2 camps here spawned. I haven't seen her. She's been up for a while, and I'm talking about Vi when I'm saying her. My Fizz is recalling, so I don't have pressure from mid. I see that we have bot lane priority, so I'm looking to come here, but this is where the mistake is. Although we have bot lane priority, I'm not focusing on this side of the jungle. So when I'm on here, their bot lane has priority. So it's just a terrible mistake. I know that Vi's going to be here, just I haven't seen her on this ward. So what do? I continue to press forward because I think that I have enough. I go to gank. Once, I use my E here. Retarded of me. Their bot lane goes missing, and I can't 1v1 her fast enough. I'm 3 levels above. I should have just walked away, but I didn't. I E right into him. I burn my flash, and I end up dying anyways. My mistake. I got punished for it. It was good on them. Bad on me. I'm gonna speed up. I'm gonna go clear bot side. Just clear my jungle, and I solo the dragon here. I went way too fast for that. My fault. My fault. So I see my Fizz is starting to fight. He gets most of the wave pretty low, and then Vi's there. I instantly start coming towards to see if I can pick anybody up. The fish landed on Vi, and I jumped just to gap close, and I'm not going to chase her anymore. He stopwatches, and I was trying to angle myself to use my W to take this kill, honestly. But that's okay. So here, there's not too much for me to accomplish. Yes, her raptors spawn. Yes, I could take top scuttle, but I know that she's really low. So I can pressure this wave and then take top scuttle afterwards, as long as I start doing damage on this tower. The Kassadin does have TP up, so he can just TP to tower and most likely save it because I don't do that much damage yet. I don't have a lot of items. I also did go Mobies. I probably should have this up constantly so you can see what I purchased and talk through it. But I did go Mobies just because I'm fed and I can make my way around the map relatively quickly. So, or make more presence everywhere with Mobies. Take a tower shot, which is unfortunate. Oh, damn it. I hate this. So now I'm just kind of trying to clear up these minions, don't lose any, and then start doing as much damage to the tower as I can. Take another auto, and then back away. I actually ended up canceling that auto, which is okay. But now, like I said, free Scuttle Crab, and look to invade. I know her blue buff is about to spawn. I check, and if I were to look, she's probably going to be around here. That'd be my guess since this Gromp is gone and since these wolves are gone. So if we were actually to look, okay, so she's a little bit farther. She's on a red buff. Okay. So I was a little slow with it. I didn't know when she cleared it, so it was just a rough guess that I knew she was going to go bot side though. So now I go and I look to clear more camps and take the Rift Herald because there's no reason she'd be top side except for her blue buff spawning. I take it. And I'm trying to greed. I know I'm ahead. I'm trying to carry this game. I know that if the gold's in my hands, I'll probably most likely be able to carry this game just because my my lead that I have in the jungle. So my mistake here is I tried to cast the Rift Herald over the wall. Instead, I put him a little bit more down here because I wanted the first tower gold because I didn't want bot lane getting it. Although, my fuck up. I probably should have stepped up a little bit more. He takes a hot second to get over there. And they get it right before I do. I tried getting the gold. But I do end up counter jungling the blue buff, if I could speak correctly. Just because I know that it's up. And then I just go to counter jungle some more. Counter the Grump because it's a quick camp to clear. And then I leave. I don't want to go to her wolves because Kassadin's MIA. And then Vi was shown topside. Clear some camps. And then get my back. I don't remember how much gold I had in my pocket. So I had 2,400. So I'm going to go for parts of my Duskblade. So I'm going to get the Dirk and then the Hammer. And then move. I instantly started moving and then purchased just to be, again, a little bit quicker out of base. Put myself back on the map because I didn't have much health missing to begin with. And I continue clearing. There's nothing for me to accomplish elsewhere. I really need to stop using fast forward to ×8 because I miss a lot of stuff. So let's see here. So here, I see that they're low. I have my E. I evolved E because I'm fed and I can jump to jump. So I come here, I use my E and I kill the Vi. And then I immediately E back over to the Lulu. Kill her as well. And then now, this is just a regular wave. There's 2 topside. We just killed 3. We can shove this. So what I do is I E back to the tower to get faster autos onto it so we can push pressure a little bit more. This is a cannon wave. So I could come here. This is going to give me a Dark Harvest stack. And this Dark Harvest stack is actually crucial. Because since I have already a shitload of stacks, I actually don't know how much I had at this time. I think I had like I had like 108. So this is going to give me a Dark Harvest stack. So I can use that Dark Harvest onto this tower to give more damage. So it's a little bit of extra damage. And since I know that and Caitlyn's already starting to auto this tower, we're going to kill this, regardless if we have to tank a couple. But the Dark Harvest comes through, get the tower to half HP. And it's too risky to really go for this inhib, but I go up, I got hit. This is where a lot of lower elo players will make mistakes, a lot. So you can see that, we have a level 9, a level 11, a level 10. We have an 8, 9, and an 11. We're outnumbered. The Nautilus is caught because he wanted to hook himself into them for whatever reason. We just don't have the follow-up. Bounce. Just leave. That is a huge mistake a lot of lower elo players make, is they'll just turn and they'll fight and they'll lose it. You can see it. If I go back, you'll watch the Caitlyn. The Caitlyn instinctively turns back. I dropped a ward and I'm fucking bouncing. I'm not going. Because I know I will die as well. Terrible move for lower elo players to do that. Plus the Infernal Dragon's coming up, so I'm waiting for it. Jump in. I have my E evolved and my Q evolved, so this is very quick. She goes to clear a ward. Simple enough. And I was going to back, but where I'm sitting at is at 1800. So if I go ahead and clear a couple of camps, I could get a little bit more buy. It's just better for us to do that. Itch my ear. So I clear the Grump, and then I'm like, maybe I could get something else because the Lulu showed. So I end up going anyways. This is where that E comes into play. Whenever you're fed and you can do this kind of shit, okay, don't always evolve E second. Unless you're fed, go W second most likely. But I can E farther away, and then I can pretty much gap close from here to here with that being evolved because I'm that fed. She's one-shot potential, so E onto her, Q, and then go back onto the Kha'Zix. You can notice, if I slow this down a little bit, you can kind of notice my sequence of events. So you'll see me come. I hit my R here just to get me the movement speed to get my E. My E is about right here, so I can jump now. Immediately cast that Q. When I immediately cast that Q, it's going to be instant when I land, and now I can look back. Now, remember, my Q's about here, so what I need to do is I need to take my R again to give me a little bit more gap close to get onto her. Granted, she's going to die. I want the kills. I'm the carry this game. I don't trust it on anybody else. So I hit my R again. I get into range. That's mine. I'm going to take that any day. And I go to clear the wave. I think the Fizz is getting frustrated with me taking a lot of the kills in the CS, as I have pretty good farm. Well over the Vi. Counter jungle when I can. And then I back. I go ahead and buy the other Dirk, and I get my Duskblade, and then I get 2 longswords, and then I think I turn back around because I'm sitting at like 390, yeah. So I turn back around, I grab the Caulfield's Warhammer to work towards Yumu's. Go ahead, clear my jungle. I got a lot of stacks at this point. Oof. I'm telling you, that 8 times, it's gonna be the death of me. So they're committing pretty hard. I'm pretty fed. I know the Caitlyn's here. I have vision of everybody here, except for the Lulu. But we did see her. So I know who's here, and I know who we could fight. I see the shark coming out, so if I come here, he's most likely going to commit onto the Nautilus instead of walking back. And if he were to walk back, he's going to get hit by the Fizzfish, and I'm okay with that. He's out of mana. He flashes with 8 mana, looking like he's going to make a play. Check your health, check your mana. Most likely you're going to know more about your health than you will your mana bar. If you flash like that, now you are deemed useless. You've killed your escape because you don't have your ult because you have 0 mana. He can't do anything. Go for the Aatrox. He's moving away. Fizz is on him. He just did some high-speed stuff. Plus, I don't want to commit towards the Kha'Zix and the Lulu. Caitlyn's moving. Just go for the Aatrox. Smarter option. I'm coming. I'm waiting for him to respawn. And since he's just too far, I don't want to fight it. And now I do. And I end up living here. I flashed because I didn't want to hit another Q from Kha'Zix, or else I would have died. But now it's time for me to go away. Another low elo mistake is people will still try to fight with this amount of HP, even being this fed. If I take something from Kha'Zix, I die. It's simple, I die. So it's just try to stay away. If I could take a free kill, I'll take the free kill, but I'm not going to try to pressure anything else off that entire play that was just made. I know that her blue buff is here, or is supposed to spawn, but now I'm looking. I'll explain my jump. I'll explain my jump because right now we don't have any vision, and this is the reason why I went after this. I was going to counter jungle, and if you watch closely at the mini map, right, we're just gonna focus on this. She flashes away, she loses vision. There's this ward. This ward is a savior. It only has a few seconds left on it, but she starts her back, and then it goes away. Gotta watch that fucking map. Gotta watch that map. When I notice that, I now have 10 seconds to get from here to here. Granted, about here, which is not difficult. I have got Mobies, so it's gonna be fast. I know I could clear the wall. I jump, and I know exactly where she's at because she started her recall. Kill her. Now I'm looking. I see the Kassadin here, and I think the Vi was here too. So what I'm doing is I'm watching. I'm using this ward. My screen's like more so like this. I'm trying to focus on what they're doing up here so I can prepare my next play. And what I do is I cast my W, then I E, because I want that heal, but I want as much burst damage as possible in hopes to kill and then E back out. Unfortunately, I want to say I died here, but that was my intention. So I see him ult over. I cast my W. It connects. I do a lot of damage, and then I still try to fight. If he was just a couple seconds sooner with the flash and the stun, I might have lived here, but I didn't. Especially if the Vi hit the Jax, I would have lived, but she got 850 off me, and she died. And I throw out the crab. The crab's the best fucking emote that I've ever seen. Now it's just push what we can, do what we can. I go to path and clear my camps because it's a smart option. Got a couple level lead. Here I probably shouldn't have E'd immediately. Granted, she could have had her Q up, and that's why that mistake is there. If she held her Q, she would have escaped. But I E'd onto her, procced my Duskblade slow, and just continue to chase. I'm not going to go in on this. I fake like I'm going to, because I want her to push back, and I'm trying to threaten people to come towards my way to waste time. So my team can rotate and take things that they need to take. But I end up turning around. I threaten, drop my ward because I wanted to see if anyone's coming, and I counter jungle. I want to be safe. Got to drop the ward, got to get the vision, be safe. Drop another pink. Take the scuttle. They engage. I'll go back a little bit more. We'll go back a little bit more onto this. So, before this play even starts, I'm pretty healthy. I've got a bunch of mana. I've got a Dark Harvest ready to pop. And they engage. This is a 2v3, but I make that the 3v3, and I can do a lot of damage. Can't speak. So Lulu ult is burned now. Since Lulu ult's burned, I can safely jump in if I really wanted to. And that's if I can make my way in there and actually get the kill, then jump back out. So I look. I'm trying to buy myself time to see how much damage comes through. Now, you got to remember, I don't have an isolated target here. I am brute forcing my way through this. I'm not using my passive. I hit my E, and that does a lot of damage, and then I come through. The Fizz Fish comes in, so this is just clean house. Get that. I get the assist here, so now I have another jump up. So I can leave, which is what I do. The Fizz gets a kill, goes through. He ults away. Fizz is trying to commit. A lot of commitment. When you cannot commit safely, don't commit. It's just mistakes. And it's not even just low elo players doing that. I see people in Diamond that they will attempt to do that kind of shit because they think they'll win, but they don't think about where people are at on the map and who's respawned, who hasn't, how much health everybody else has. They'll just tunnel vision on one person and try to kill them. I don't want to be here. They're full HP. And then when I notice he starts to engage here very, very hard, I immediately smite the Raptor and use my W. So I W then smite so I get the maximum amount of HP as possible. And I'm waiting for the Vi to step up. Since Vi only has a few items built, she's got a lot of armor, but I have lethality, I can attempt to go in. The Caitlyn E's away, and right here, she begins to get isolated, so I can jump in. I probably shouldn't have E'd here, just in case if he, I don't know, got away like he did. I would have been able to jump back. I use my R to catch up. I know I'll catch him, but I just didn't want to really chase too hard. Flash the crab. Just the funniest emote ever. And then I look to counter jungle and take the CS. You can see what's happening around the other side of the map too. We got 3 mid. I'm safe to back. And then I see the Vi. So here I'm like, okay. Maybe I should attempt to fight the Vi. So she's got Red Smite, she's got Tab Eye, she's got Deadman's. She's got Ultimate soon. Yeah. Just an overcommitment. I played it like garbage. I mean, it happens. I don't have the items. I'm not itemized against her. I'm itemized to one-shot, and I can't one-shot her anymore, and I end up trying it. So, the 3-8-1 Vi can win. Oh, wait. This is a different moment in time. Whew, I can't remember. So, yeah, I know the red buff is spawning. I was assuming that the Vi was going to come. I think I saw Kha'Zix on this ward or something move towards the red buff, so I was like, okay, I'll just kill the Kha'Zix and run away. Instead, I actually deleted the Kha'Zix. I didn't think I'd be able to delete her that quick. But I know that it's spawned. I'm waiting for somebody to take it. She is spotted. I see the auto come out. I ult to gap close here without her being able to flash, without Lulu being able to ult or whatever and gain a lot of HP. I don't want her ulting me. Super quick. Use my ult again because I don't know at this point. I don't remember if she had flash or not. So I wanted to save my Eve just in case she flashed. And then I E anyway, like, to end up trying to kill this. And I press way too hard here. Way too hard. So, like, the Vi could have gotten another auto before her R. So she would have had a little bit more damage output and would have been a cleaner play. But she ends up killing me anyway. I'm spamming for my Q here. I have no abilities up. This is just going to automatically respawn or like reset the timer. But she ends up getting me with the 3rd stack and her E. So that's another death for me. Just an overcommitment. I can't fucking speak. God damn it. An overcommitment. Just me trying to do Fed shit. It's another Infernal, so I want to take that, so I immediately start pathing towards it. Come here, clear some vision. And I'm looking to take Kassadin out of the fight now. I've got my E up. I'm waiting for him to use his ultimate. He can't run. No one's safe. Pressure this. Did a little bit of damage. Can't get anything else done. Counter jungle. Just what you gotta do. Get my W. I didn't evolve R. I got my W 3rd. This, if I remember correctly, this is a close fight. This is a bad fight for me to take because there's a lot of minions and she's not isolated. But I do have my armor pen now. I have a Last Whisper or whatever, the Lord Dominic's. So I ult it by time. The Fizz is coming. He's not getting shit. I am 17, 3, and 6. Flash the crab again. This was scary. I almost killed her, but I didn't. So I had to force my way out of the fight. So here I'm like, okay, she might be free. I'm assuming that there was a ward here. Or they saw me somehow. I don't know, maybe it was just a good guess. So, she would have died if she did not use her either. Because the invisibility canceled my auto attack. And then plus my W is just a miss. I thought she'd be running back here. But she went down. This is a good move by the Kha'Zix. Almost kills me. Almost. But I'm out. I don't want to be there no more. I want to leave. Pretty close to an item. I think this is where I was like almost 1500. Yeah, and I wanted to get my GA. Very ballsy. The Grump almost killed me, to be honest. So I explicitly said in chat, Jax come, we 2-man. I ping the Fizz because I want the Fizz to zone as much as possible. I'm assuming the Caitlyn's just going to run it down to this bot inhib. And if he brings pressure, they're probably not going to think we're on Baron. If there was no wards. This ward sees Jax. They know where we're at. Vision. That's all it is. It's vision. End up trying to take it as fast as possible. We see them come. Just want to get this done as fast as possible to see if we can fight afterwards. My smite is so fucking terrible, but her play is just even worse. She could have stole this very easily, and you'll be able to see why. That's why. My smite was awful. My Q did so much damage to it. Auto, Q, and then I didn't even smite, I don't think. Like, it just wasn't needed. I try to space my W out as much as possible. I wish I hit the Vi as well, but I didn't. It actually kind of field golded them, but I did hit the Aatrox. I can make it out. I have my E up. I see the Fizz. I'm seeing if we could turn this. That's why I haven't E'd out yet. I just want to see if we could turn this somehow. I get red smited, so it's just time for me to leave. This is another mistake of mine. I smite. I E very far. I take 2 flashes. One auto did half HP. And Caitlyn's winning the game. So the Baron allowed her to pressure this. And then I thought this was kind of humorous. So the Vi's like trying to back here. She's like, okay, I need to back as fast as possible to stop the Caitlyn. This is just funny. That one minion stops it. And then he fucking... I just thought it was funny. That's... Like, Natus is like, not today, bitch. Not today. Aatrox isn't backing. He has... You want to see his screen? Let me do this, and then, let me, hit this button, and then just do this. That's his screen. He doesn't have a map, and he doesn't have fucking a brain. I don't mean that mean. Like, I don't want to be mean. Say that. I'll back this up too, because the Caitlyn made a pretty good play too, and I would like to recognize that, even though it was just people running into her and taking free damage. So she gets one headshot off. One headshot does that much fucking damage from Caitlyn, and she has a good amount of items too. I mean, she's got Storm Razor, she's got Static, like, she fucking hurts. She gets headshot here. Almost fucking one-shots her. And then follows up with another. She's low HP. She's low HP, she places a trap. She goes, you're probably gonna ult me from here. Lay that trap, run away, hit that heal. Gets the auto, hits the trap, hits a minion, headshots him, and then gets another crit. Well played by her. And that's the ending of that game. Super good game, and we're gonna go over the stats at the end here. You can see that the gold advantage is just humongous, but you could see I was full build relatively early in the game. I actually did not buy an elixir because I didn't get to that point. Like, I just didn't back and buy one. But I did have, a casual 6k gold lead above their jungler. I also had 2 levels above and tons of kills and a lot of map pressure. I was almost double her C. Actually, probably not. I was like almost double. We'll just say almost double and not think about it too much. We'll look at this. You'll be able to see wards placed. I placed a decent amount of wards, not too much. I would expect myself placing 11 wards if I bought a sweeper. I only bought 1 control ward. I didn't buy any more. You can see, like, they just lacked vision. They lacked vision and allowed me to do what I wanted to do in the jungle, and that was invade and punish, and they did not ward for it. If they warded for it, I wouldn't have been able to snowball as hard. Top damage. There would be no reason why I wasn't, but you can see the Jax. He's struggling. He's struggling. I actually didn't go over this, but my runes that I did take is Dark Harvest, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Relentless Hunter, Celerity, Water Walking. Super simple, super quick. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope y'all do enjoy it. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, or whatever, or suggestions, you can put them in a comment. I'll read it. Promise you I only get like 1-2 comments max on my fucking posts. So I will read it. And I'll most likely will reply. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. That's going to be a quick and easy way of winning a Silver 1 game. Appreciate it. Peace.